Alright guys, welcome to a brand new video today, and in this video I'm going to give my answer to the question, is Destiny 2 PvP saved? So from the PvE side of things, I think obviously this is the best version of Destiny that we've ever really had. The raid is fantastic, the end game is a lot better than it was at launch. There's just a lot of different things to do. However, I still think the PvP could use a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. Like, this version of PvP is infinitely more fun than the PvP we had at launch, and I'm still having a lot of fun playing it. But you know, as is always the case, there's always something you can do to change that would make the game better. And in this video, I'm just going to kind of highlight a few of those things. Remember that this is my opinion, and you might not have the same opinion. So what I'm saying doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It's just what I think, and what I think would be best for the game and would make the game more fun. So the first thing I want to talk about is a bit more of a broader subject, and that is Destiny 2 on console. I tweeted out a few days ago that Destiny 2, for some reason on console, feels really clunky and slow and awkward feeling. And a lot of people were saying, oh, this is because you're used to the PC version, so if you go back and watch or play console, it looks slow and clunky. And while that obviously would be the case, I had noticed this immediately when I had just been playing the beta, and that was before the PC beta was out, so I hadn't played Destiny 2 or any version of Destiny for that matter on PC at all, and it felt really clunky and unsatisfying and slow, even in the beta before I had touched PC. But Destiny 1 on console felt really, really good. You know, the hand cannons felt sticky, satisfying. Every weapon felt incredibly satisfying to use. Obviously, as long as it wasn't a trash weapon. There's some sort of, feeling that you had, a sense of crispiness, I guess, with the guns that I don't really feel with Destiny 2. The weapons feel kind of soggy, and like the hit registration doesn't feel that good. It doesn't feel like I'm sticking on my targets. The aiming feels really weird. And I just wish that they reverted the aim assist values as well as the handling values to what they were like in Destiny 1, because a lot of people complained, right, like in the gaming community, they kind of clowned Destiny PvP. It's like, oh, it's all aim assist. But you kind of have to have a lot of aim assist in a 30 FPS shooter, because you can kind of get away with lower aim assist values when you have 60 FPS because the game is a lot smoother. But when you're having a really choppy game that's running at 30 FPS, it's kind of necessary to have pretty high aim assist. And it wasn't like, the aim assist values were so high in Destiny 1 to the point where it didn't take skill to snipe or it didn't take skill to use a hand cannon. There were still incredibly big skill gaps with both of those weapons, so I don't really think it would be a problem if they reverted those values to something similar to the Destiny 1 values. In terms of weapon balance, I think the game is in a pretty good spot right now. I would like to see a bit of a reduction in time to kill, not to the point where it's like Call of Duty speed, and honestly, I guess not even to the point where it'd be year 3 Destiny 1 speed. Obviously, that's what I'd prefer, but you kind of have to take baby steps with this. So for like the next update, something that I would like to see is reducing the time to kill of a 140 RPM hand cannon like the Ace of Spades or the Old Fashioned from a 3 headshot kill to a 2 headshot 1 body shot kill. The reason I say that is because 150 RPM hand cannons like the Dire Promise can kill in 3 headshots as well. So a 140 RPM hand cannon and a 150 RPM hand cannon both kill in the same amount of headshots. And the result of that is just really no incentive and no reason to ever use a 150 or a 140 RPM hand cannon rather. The only reason you should ever really be using a 140 RPM hand cannon is if you're running the Ace of Spades, because of how broken the Momentous Mori perk, I believe that's what it's called. I may have butchered the pronunciation, but other than Ace of Spades, there's really zero reason whatsoever to put on a 140 RPM hand cannon. And then obviously adjust the time to kill of pulse rifles, scout rifles, and SMGs accordingly. Maybe, with a 2 headshot 1 body shot kill, they need to buff pulses or buff scouts. Maybe they don't have to. I'm not quite sure exactly how that would play out because I can't play test it. But something along those lines is something that I would like to see in the future. Regarding the special ammo economy, I think shotguns are in a really good spot right now in terms of their ammo. I feel like 2 shotgun bullets is more than enough to get 1 kill, and if you get that kill, they're probably going to drop at least 1 to 2 shotgun bullets, and that amount of shotgun bullets should be enough to get a kill. And for the most part, if you stay alive and you're chaining kills pretty well, you're going to keep on getting ammo. The only problem right now with the special ammo, in my opinion, is with snipers. A lot of snipers put on snipers because they want to get nice clips with them, right? Playing Control, they want to get a quad or a penta or a 6-man or whatever they want to get for a montage clip. I'm not one of those people that grinds for montage clips all day, but I know that those people do exist out there because they have anime avatars, and I battle with them on Twitter every third Sunday. Like when you're trying to go for montage clips, or you're trying to get cool clips or cool feeds with a sniper, it's pretty much impossible because you're never really gonna have more than 2 bullets at a time. Let's say you spawn in with 2 bullets, right? You kill a guy, you run 400 yards to get the ammo. Oh, he only had 1 bullet. Now you're back to 2 bullets again. Maybe you can run around the map and scrounge up some special ammo from, you know, enemies that your teammates killed. But for the most part, you're really not going to have any more than 2 to 3 sniper bullets at a time. And given that most good sniper clips are going to be quads or above, I just don't really see cool sniper clips happening that often anymore. At least anything above like a triple kill. It just seems like there's not really that many opportunities for snipers to get in those situations where they have a quad lined up, right? An opportunity to get a quad, as well as the ammo to get the quad in the first place. So I think snipers are in a weird spot. I think the flinch is too much on snipers as well, and I'd like to see that reduced. But other than that, it seems to be in a really good spot. One more change though is with shotguns. I feel like the handling is really bad on them when it comes to swapping to them. I feel like in Destiny 1 you could hand cannon, you know, jump, swap shotgun, and then finish them off. And they just feel kind of weird right now. I feel like I swap to them and I'm ready to shoot, and then I click and then it doesn't shoot. I don't know if that's a bug or if you guys have found that issue, but that is something that I'd like to see addressed as well. So recently, and as you can see in this gameplay, I've been using the Way of the Wraith subclass tree on the Hunter. And something that I noticed with the super is that the maneuverability I thought it was going to be really good, but unfortunately when you jump up in the air you can only swipe once and then you fall back down. So the swiping is really fast when you're on the ground, but to chase people that are floating away from you, you really can't, because you hop up once, swipe once, and then you fall back down. And the only way, like the main maneuvering tool that I found is actually the right click. Which is the refreshing your invisibility, where you do kind of this forward lunge backflip, and then you go back into your pseudo invisibility mode, where it's like it's invisible, but you leave like this little purple trail of like ghost, you know, tracings of you behind you. So I feel like the only okay, I suck at talking. Okay, so as I was saying, the best maneuvering tool on that subclass is not actually the left click dashing in front of you. It's actually comboing the left click with the right click to lunge yourself forward, because you can't really maneuver midair, right? You go midair, you try to chase like you would with a blade dancer, you swipe once and then you start falling back down. That move takes up so much super energy to the point where by the time you get next to one person, after they start running away from you, your super is already gone. So either I'd like to see them implement a system where you can keep swiping midair, the same as you would on the ground, or make it so that right click doesn't really take any super energy at all. Because the problem is, like, I feel like I pop a super when I'm right in front of someone, they start running away, and by the time I get to them, I either the super runs out and I don't swipe at them at all, or I get my one swipe off and then half a second later my super's done. So anything they can really do to increase the maneuverability without making you use so much super juice, I think the super would be a lot better and a lot more useful. Given that I've only played Hunter, I really can't comment too much about the supers of the other subclasses. I know that the new Void super is really good. The new Storm super is quite good as well, at least on PC. I don't know if it's harder to aim with a joystick, with your laser beam or whatever. I know that the Titan Smash is good. I'm not quite sure about the Titan Hammers. The new blades for Golden Gun are really good. The support super for the Solar Warlock is really good. Most of the supers seem to be quite good except for this one, which was conveniently the first one that I chose. So obviously it's not a massive deal if they don't do anything to buff it, but in a perfect world, it's something that I'd like to see. So going back to the title of the video, did Forsaken and the weapon update that they put out a week before Forsaken save Destiny 2 PvP? Figured I'd actually answer this question because that's actually, the title of the video. Personally, I think it did. I think Destiny 2's PvP at launch was in a state of despair. I didn't think it felt like Destiny 2 PvP at all. It was a lot of those little things that were missing, such as having special ammo off spawn. And another big one is the 2-hit melees. When you're playing Rumble and you know like you're looking at the radar, you know the guy's gonna come around the corner, and you don't have shotgun ammo, so you perfectly timed the floating up for a quick second, like the quick jump tap, and then you melee him once. He's sitting there, he has a shotgun out, he looks like an idiot, he's confused, and then you melee him again and you kill him because you have played him and your brain is 10 times bigger than his. There's just little things like that we're missing, and I think with this update, a lot of those things have been reintroduced, and the game feels like Destiny again. Something that it didn't really feel like for the entirety of year one for me. Obviously, there are a lot of changes they still need to make, and a lot of other things they can improve upon. But for now, I think that Destiny feels like Destiny again. Both in the PV and the PvP, and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you agree with some of the stuff and you don't hate me entirely. If you have any thoughts on stuff they should implement, go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. Also, if you're already subscribed to my YouTube channel and you want to make sure you get my videos in your sub box, go next to the subscription button and hit the bell to enable post notifications and ensure that every video I post will actually show up in your sub box, because apparently that's the only way to make sure that they show up. And I love all you guys. I'll have more Destiny videos out soon. I'm working on a Way of the Wraith video where I meme on it for being so trash. And I'll see you guys in my next video, dog. Peace.